What's going on? Let me see. I got that right. Ain't got nowhere to check. What's going on, everybody? Left Farm 73 here. Good to see y'all in here. Hey, all right. It's that time of the year again, and I wasn't gonna do a video about this, but I can't get nothing done because it's that time of the year. So what we gonna do? Let me make sure I got a signal here first. And I don't got nowhere to check. Let me see something. That's a doggone shame. What's going on? Wait a second. Hey, Lavender. Hey, Suzette. Hey, Sonia. What time is it? Okay. And for barbecue. I'm going to start this out because this ain't going to be alone because I'm busy. I hope not, anyway. Eddie Morrison. Woo, this pollen got me hollering. Okay. How many? Now, I'm going to start with this like I always do. You know what state of the world we're in right now, right? If you don't know what state of the world that we are in right now in America, United States, is nothing I can help you with. Okay. Somebody just asked me a little while ago, like, what's going on? And I know it's a troll, but I'm just saying, people like that, even if you're a human being, what's wrong with you? I don't understand. What exactly does it mean? What's happening? Nothing. Nothing at all. Go make your peanut butter and jelly sandwich and go watch Bugs Bunny cartoon. Ain't nothing happening. Go enjoy yourself. All right. So let's get into it. I'm going to show y'all right now, and I'm going to show y'all two things. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all two things. One, the thumbnail that I just put up. Can anybody guess what was in that thumbnail? What am I holding up? Anybody know? How you doing, Her Roots? Empress, how you doing? Precious Sunshine says some kind of animal food. Nope, it is gross to some people, but to me, it's absolutely exquisite. And I'm gonna show you. Can y'all make that out? Jessica Smith. It's honey. Look, watch, look. Oh, that's a wasp. He don't count. It's honey and honeycomb. Crushed honeycomb. I'm gonna give you a better version of this. This is melted honeycomb. So you can see where it's been melted and purified and cleared, right? All right. This should be a fairly quick video because I know a lot of people do not care about beekeeping. How many people would like to catch some bees this year? Or try? Would you like to try? Okay, I'm going to show you exactly what I do. Some stuff I don't have to do anything. But if I'm trying to catch bees, if I see a place, and if you pay attention, you'll see bees and where they are. You'll see, say, a tree somewhere, right? And it's just loaded with bees, honey bees. Like I got a bunch of pear trees right here, right? Do me a favor. I know this sounds crazy. Stare at that tree. And I want you to stare at that tree. If you see a tree that's it's blooming, crepe, myrtle, fruit trees, it don't matter. Roses. If you see honeybees, a lot of honeybees, I want you to do me a favor. No, do yourself a favor. Stare at that like something is wrong with you. Stare at that bush where the honeybees are swarming onto this bush and pollinating all of these flowers. Just stare at it. As you stare at it, you're going to start noticing bees coming and going. Your eyes got to get fixed to it. That's why I got you staring. Because if you just look at it, it just look like a bush full of bees. But if you stare long enough and kind of really don't move your eyes, you're going to start seeing a pattern of these bees come to this bush and fly off. And then once you start seeing it really good, it's almost like adjusting your eyes to the dark. Once you really start seeing the coming and going, kind of turn your head slowly and start seeing where they're going. So do you have to have a license or a certificate to beekeep on? No, you don't. No. It's good to go get it because you learn. It's like kind of like a master gardener. You don't need a master gardener's license, but you learn a couple extra things. That's and you can probably make money doing it. Saying you got a certification. Other than that, no, you don't need to be certified to keep bees. It's just good to go and learn. Okay, instead of wing it. This is why I say go ahead and take a beekeeping class and don't try to wing it. This is why. Because bees cost a fortune. They cost a fortune. Okay? And if you see your $500 or $600 flying away from you up in the air, you're gonna be real mad. All right? So this is what you do. You make sure you follow those bees and lock your eyes on. You're gonna keep starting to see that bee going, those bees going in a certain direction. It's gonna be several of them, okay? Several different directions, but kind of choose and pick one of them. And you know what? You're gonna start figuring out exactly where those bees are. They're either coming from somebody's personal hive, which is rare, depending on where you are. How often should you check on your bees if you start keeping them? Hold on. This ain't no class. This is just I'm just giving y'all a quick tip because don't try to learn about bees in 10 minutes. Don't do that. Okay. You're gonna waste a lot of money and time. You're gonna find out the pattern of where those bees are going. You're gonna be able to start to set up a trap. Okay. And today I'm going to show you one of my most simplest traps. I wish I had my other trap here because if I had my other trap here, it's on Freedom Makers. If I had that one here, I would show you how to get that one up and running because that one is dope. I don't care what nobody say. Um, you know, y'all wanna your local county, I'm gonna show y'all. I don't want to mess up one of my buckets though. I'm gonna show y'all anyway. But I'm gonna start with the simplest thing that you can do to catch bees. The simplest things. How many people know what a banker's box is? If you don't know what a banker's box is, let's go with that first because that's the simplest thing. Where back in the old days, people keep their paper files You know, they folder files in this big box. They still sell them. They're at Walmart, and they cost a banker's box cost you somewhere like $8, something like that, $5 or $8. You know what a banker box is? Okay. Well, let me show you something. Please don't go buy this. This is an actual bee trap. This is a bee trap, and they're very expensive. Okay? Don't buy this. These were given to me. That's why I have them. I would have never purchased these. I think this cost like $50, $40. Don't buy this. Okay? I'm not gonna leave a link in the description because I don't want you to waste your money on something that's ridiculous. Go get a banker's box, because that's all this is a banker's box with a hole in it. Okay? Now, 9 times out of 10, you won't have any frames. Don't worry about that. I know that's crazy, but don't worry about that, because if you catch bees in the first place, start there. Okay? So, I'm going to tell you my secret recipe. You know, let me show y'all 2 items. I'm going to show y'all attractants. Y'all know what that is? Can y'all read that? Is that backwards? Okay. This ain't nothing but lemongrass oil. 100% pure lemongrass oil. Lemongrass oil. This is exactly what the queen smells like. Listen, for real. It's backwards. So, okay, it's lemongrass oil. So, if you start keeping bees, this is exactly what she smells like. If you start keeping bees long enough and you know when and how to get, you know, you going in the hive a lot and everything, right? You start to smell this when you open the hive. You're going to smell honey, you're going to smell pollen, you're going to smell all that. But if she's somewhere near, you're going to smell lemongrass. And it's not going to be really overpowering. It's going to be very faint, like it's a flower in the distance. That means that queen is down there. That's her pheromone. Okay. Now, if you use this, make sure it's 100% pure. If you want to definitely make sure it's 100% pure, grow lemongrass. Look. Oh, it's working already. I didn't want it to work right now. I got bees swarming me. All right. Look. See that? Can y'all see it? Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Okay. It's time. I told you. I told you it works, man. All right. I seen bees the other day, and I know if you're a beekeeper, you start knowing, number one, the time of year to start paying attention. But then you start seeing a pattern in the bees. They start acting really, really weird, right? Honeybees start moving like yellow jackets. When they're about to swarm from their hive somewhere in the woods or whatever, honeybees move like this. That's how a yellow jacket moves. Normally, honeybees, they got that doggone leveling control on them, right? And they fly like this all through the year. But every spring, when they're about to swarm, some of the bees start doing this. They'll go up to a hole in your garage, go into the vent in your car, or anywhere that they're looking for somewhere to go. What you're looking at is a scout. That scout is out there looking for somewhere for the queen to swarm to. The hive is about to swarm wherever it is. So she sends out scouts to find a place for them to move in. So this I don't know what this is, but I'm just gonna guess, okay? I think this pattern is like they're doing the math. They'll land on the hole that enters and they'll go around it a couple times. They'll go back around the other way. She's measuring it. Is this big enough? Then she'll go in the box and she'll walk around the box, walk up and down the box, and go around the top of the box, go around the bottom of the box. How dirty is it? How clean is it? How much work needs to be done? What all do we have to clean up before the queen can get here? I can't make this up. While they're around this hive, they're in there assessing the situation, trying to see what needs to be done. Do we have enough energy to make this sterile enough to have the queen come with her babies and her eggs? Will it be easier to move here, or will it be easier and less energy to move in that empty tree log down the street? So you will see them doing math. And then when they take off, they go off in a circle like this. And when you see them leave from here and go up in the sky and do this, and then go around another way, and then take off, what she just did was mark this spot. So she's going to go back to the hive, and she's going to tell the queen and her sisters and say, listen, I think I found a something. And she's going to land on the, let me do it like this. I got another one. I got another one right here. She right here. She probably about to get in my face. What I tell you? She'll land right here, and she'll do that same circular pattern on the front of this box. And all the other bees are watching because they're getting, basically, she's giving them directions to the best place to go fly. So she's going in a circle. They call it the waggle dance, bee waggle dance. And she doing this and she going in a circle. She's giving them directions on how to get there. Okay. So let's make this simple. You don't got to know all of that. I'm trying to make it easy for you to catch some bees, because every time over the years, when I tell people to do this, they catch bees every time. Okay. Now, I've showed you lemongrass oil, right? This is one of the easiest things you could do. Or like I said, just go get some lemongrass and crush it. Crush it, make your own oil. Now, here's the key part. Don't put too much of this in here or you'll ruin it. You put it on the tip of a Q-tip. I don't have any with me. Let me see if I got some with me. Okay, I don't have any with me. But this is what we're going to do. Take a piece of tissue like this. Okay? I know this look crazy. Trust me. Take a piece of tissue just like that, like you about to go in your ear with it, okay? If you don't have a Q-tip, do this. This is all you need. Watch this. I've had this jar probably ever since I've been keeping bees. I can't make this up. And it's still full. You see that? It's still full. That's how much you need. You don't need almost none. If you put too much in, they won't come. They'll smell it and they'll be like, oh, somebody already live here. So it's already a queen here. Ooh, that's strong. Take that and look. See that? How much I got on there? Just a drop. One drop. You don't think this is going to be enough. You open up your Amazon box. your Amazon box, or you open up your banker's box and take that tip and go around the hole right here. Just like that. Just like that. That's it. Go around the sides. You don't think it's nothing on there, but it is. That's how super sensitive they are. That is it. That is it. Now, wait. And now, rub a little on the outside of the hole. That's it. You put the lid on it. And now you want to go strap this as high as you can up in a tree, on your house, somewhere over top of your head. The higher, the better. Hey, honey. They came and got the car. I'm live. Yeah, my feelings is hurt. So that is it. Yeah, take her. Her drawers is right there. Look, keep going, keep going, keep going. Put a little dress on. Right there. Yeah. Thank you, honey. Okay. Do I got any questions so far? No, I know you don't. Now, once you start keeping bees, I'm going to show you another really dope way. If you have a queen that ends up dying, or have a queen that ends up, I don't know, they reject her, you're going to find her. You're going to see her, okay? She is no good. The hive does not want her. So they rejected her. For whatever reason, maybe she wasn't fully mated or whatever happens, but they gets rid of it. You go ahead and finish her off before they do. And then you put her in 90% alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and you put her in a jar, crush her up with like a pencil or something, crush her up with a little dowel rod, and leave her in there. Her pheromones are inside of that alcohol, just like you trying to infuse, some oil. Now her pheromones are infused in this alcohol. So I will use this the exact same way I just did that lemongrass oil, because now this smells like that lemongrass oil. It's not as strong. It's not as strong, but it's a faint hint of lemongrass that she lets out. So that's the other way. Once you start keeping bees, don't throw no dead queens away. You make trap juice out of them. Now, I'm going to give you one that's super, super, super duper expensive. But when I tell you it works, I don't know what's in this stuff, but I'm telling you, I'm scared to hold it right now, because every time I pull it out, I get unwanted company. It's called Swarm Commander. This stuff is made by a guy here in South Carolina. I don't know how he came up with this. Listen, this little, I think it's like a 2-ounce bottle or something. I can't even remember. But this little bitty bottle will cost you almost $40. You will see that like, are you crazy? Hell no, I'm not paying $40 for that. And it'll be gone in a you use this just like I showed you how to use that lemongrass, and it'll last longer. It got a spray pump on it. I don't use that. That's too much. But if you use this swarm commander, you see how old and greasy it is? This secret sauce can works. Listen, I'm not promoting it. I'm not sponsoring these people. I don't know them from a hole in a sock. I'm just telling you, I will never leave the house on a bee call without this. 2 ounces, yes, 2 ounces. So, all right, let me show you one more thing. Blessings, we out doing the same thing. Okay, trust me. If you see this and you say I'm not paying $40 for it, please reconsider, because you'll invest $40 into buying this and then catch some bees and turn around and sell the bees for about $200. It's just a no-brainer all day, and you keep doing that over and over and over again. Y'all been on bee calls with me, and I go and catch bees all around hell, from Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. Y'all see me all the time on these bee calls doing this. Now, I am going to show you the hands down best way on the planet to catch honeybees or attract honeybees to your brand new beehive or whatever. Old wax. I'm talking about fresh out of the hive, wax and honey. This is the best stuff on the planet. The reason why this is so dark, because that's old honeycomb. Old honeycomb. This stuff is gold. So I'm going to show you what I do with this, okay? Take a piece of that old, look at that, old, there's some dead bees in there, some wax, some everything. You know, this is when we melt the wax down, we render out down the wax. I don't melt it down for candles anymore. I melt it down so I can use it to catch bees. Is that the same wax that can be used with canning? With canning? I ain't never heard nobody using no wax for canning. I don't know nothing about that. So, I'm going to show you the easiest way on the planet. If you know anybody with some of this innate, if you have a beekeeper that got a lot of hives, they got a lot of this, and if they're not using it or selling it and they're just collecting it, ask them for it. I don't see them having a problem with it, okay? Because here's the thing. If you keep this long enough and it's not protected, like I did one time, wax moths will get to it, hive beetles, and they'll ruin it. That's why I keep it in Ziploc bag. Let me see. That's why they used to before. What? I don't know. Okay. You take your box. You take your box. Open it up. And it's actually fun. Now look at this. That's a beehive right there. Now watch this. What you see on the side? Some scribble scrabble. Y'all see scribble scrabble on the side of that box? Because this is what you do. You take that wax, and this is the time to be a little kid again. Inside that box, draw your name, draw some flowers, whatever you want to do. You want to try to wax the whole inside of that box if you can. The more wax, the better. All around inside. I do scribble scrabble because it's easier to cover area when you do that. Just like that, all inside. This is just cardboard. Okay. Just like that, scribble scrabble. See it? Do the lid, same thing. Just like that. Not going outside of it. Scribble scrabble. Especially around the hole. Don't leave out the hole. You want to really get that nasty stuff on there. That nasty sauce. Mash that all in there. That's it. You put your lid back on and you strap this to a tree. And what you have here is like a bear trap for bees, honeybees. This whole box smells terrific. If you've ever smelled real, true, pure beeswax candles, that's what this whole box smells like. That is my favorite way to do it. I use Swarm Commander. When I'm on a mission. You might be thinking of paraffin wax. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by paraffin wax? Are you talking to me about that? Paraffin wax. I'm trying to see what Sherry says. Something about you might be thinking of paraffin wax. Who? Sherry? This is worth its weight in gold. This little bit of wax makes me money every year. Okay. Let me see. Hey Isaiah, how you doing? Sandra says that's what I did to my nuke. They love it. Yep, they do. Can beeswax be from the store? Jessica Smith. Uh, you know what, Jessica? I'm going to say no. Unless you're getting your beeswax from a beekeeping supply store, I'm going to say no. If you go to like Michael's or Hobby Lobby and all of those craft stores, Craft 2000 for storing food. So if you go to one of those stores like that and purchase that big block of wax and they say it's beeswax, it's not. It has beeswax in it, but it's mostly some other kind of wax. And you know what the first thing it says? It says on that pack, if you look at that package, it says something like not suitable for consumption. And it also says not suitable for it's something saying something. Basically, this ain't all natural. It's not 100% beeswax. It's like other kinds of wax mixed in with it. Okay, so I don't care if it says it's 100% beeswax. I told y'all the regulations is different now. When they say 100% beeswax or 100% honey, they're not lying to you. It has 100% honey in it. It says made with 100% honey. They're not lying. There's 100% honey somewhere inside of this stuff. Like uh the rest of it's corn syrup. So all of those little teddy bears sitting on the shelf in the grocery store and they selling them for like $3 for um hold on. Um hold on. Don't do that though, okay? Ooh, that pollen got me hollering. So if you can go to a beekeeping supply store, that's where you get your wax from. It's expensive, but you know it's actually real, pure, rendered wax out of a beehive. Do I have any questions? Any question? The reason I'm doing this is because it's bee season. A lot of people want bees, and they keep saying they don't have enough money to go purchase no bees. Bees are expensive. I think bees are 200. Are they $250? Um, for one set of bees now, and that's somebody correct me because I ain't bought no bees in years now. So the only reason I bought bees last time, a couple years back, a few years back, was to do an example for y'all. But I don't. Oh no. Oh no. No. I don't buy no bees ever. And back then the price had went up to something crazy. And I took y'all with me, and I had to drive a long way. I had to drive like 2 or 3 hours to go pick them up. I think like in Virginia. You didn't know they sold bees? Absolutely. You want to know something crazier than that? Not only do they sell bees, Amazon ships them, and so does the post office. You come out to your house and you pick your bees up. Or nope, that I don't want to tell that lie. Some people deliver them. But yeah, between 100, I know it's not 150 no more. I know that for a fact. So about 250, 250 for your first startup of bees. That's just the bees. That's not the box. That's not the wax. That's not the setup. That's not your tools. That's not your beekeeping suit. That's not the veil. That's not nothing. The 250 is the bees. And everybody think, why is they so expensive? Because if you knew what they do, if you knew what they were worth, you would not ask that question ever again in your life. Why are bees so expensive? You will never ask that. When you stop asking that question, blessed, I remember when you and Lady Led did a bee rescue. I think it was, yeah. We always do them. You want to know why? You want to know why I stopped video? I got tons of footage of all of the beekeeping rescues I do. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to watch it. And when I tell you, now I know said, dang, I wish I would have watched this a few weeks back. Um had a swarm, had what looked like a honeybee swarm in his backyard and called an exterminator. Broke my heart. It wasn't no honeybee swarm. I can guarantee you that. I'm gonna tell you it's not a honeybee swarm because the exterminator ain't gonna touch that. It's illegal. What you probably saw was a bunch of yellow jackets or a bunch of hornets or a bunch of wasps. Those weren't honeybees. An exterminator, if an exterminator exterminates honeybees, he's breaking the law. He's committing a crime. And it's not going to be on the company, it's going to be on the exterminator himself or herself personally. They don't want to do that. So, and I can guarantee you this, because we get calls from exterminators. Exterminators call me and my wife. Okay. So they call us and say, hey, we had a call. I'm just making something up right now. We had a call and they said they had some wasps up in the house, and we went in there and they got a bunch of honeybees. We can't touch it. Do y'all want the job? And we say, yeah. And we go get them. They can't touch them. Once they identify them, they can't do nothing with them after that. Okay. Any question? Will some of the bee footage be available for channel members? See, it doesn't matter whether you're a member or not. When I started, if you don't want to watch it, it's wasting everybody's time. You know what I'm saying? If I go through the process of editing this video and uploading this video, and that takes me a day or so, because usually when I do a bee rescue, it's long. It's a long recording, so it takes me forever to edit it. And I do all of that, and then 3 people watch it. I stop wasting my time. I'm like, okay, nobody cares about something that's supposed to be saving their life. So I leave that up to everybody else, because you just don't understand how much time. And if you're a content creator, you don't really understand how much time it takes to edit down a video. That's why a lot of people go live a lot. It takes a lot to edit down a video and make it look half decent, right? And just for 3 people to watch, and then 2 of them give you a thumbs down, and you like, damn, I'm trying to actually show people how to actually save their life with something real and natural, and they want to see people acting a fool. That's all. They don't want to broaden their horizons on the stuff that you listen. Another reason I'm telling y'all right now is a good time to learn how to be a beekeeper. I'm not going to go through and start pulling out 20 jars of honey just to show you, you know, what it's worth. That's just the byproduct. But everybody always say, how do you get so much fruit? How do you get so much fruit? I can show you this damn pear tree over here why I get so much fruit. The bees. Uh what's the best frame to get for your hive? 8 or 10 frames? I'm going to be honest with you. I've only ever done 10 frame hives. And I even told my wife that I want to try 8 frame hives, and I'm going to tell you why. For some reason, it seems like a lot of people have better production with 8 frame hives. I don't know why. And this is what made me think that maybe I should try 8 frames, because there's been several times where I got 10 frame hives, right? and I take the hives of honey, I take the frames of honey out, and then I don't put enough frames back in. So instead of me putting 10 frames back in, I put 8. I will come back and remember, okay, let me go put those other 2 frames in. I waited too long. It's been about a week. Man, I come back and they done built those frames out and it's loaded with the frames is that thick with the honey and nectar. I don't know why they do that, but it must be something about it. I think everybody need to reevaluate the bee space. That's what it's called, because those 8 frame setups, they just perform. That's all I'm saying. Didn't know I was in the bees. Oh shit. Let me tell you something. I don't even know how many years we've been keeping bees now. I'm telling you, I've been in this house for 12 years, 13 years. Man, I've been keeping bees the whole time I've been on YouTube. I've probably been keeping bees probably 15 years. What's up, Rucker Homestead? How you doing, brother? Yeah, I've been keeping bees, and I learned the hard way. I'm gonna tell you this: my first beehive, I built it myself. I built my first beehive myself. It was a top bar, the long one, the long horizontal one. Number one, I'll never do that again. Number two, that's a learning curve that you just don't understand if you don't know what you're doing. So I built my first one. Uh, I built my first one, and it produced a million bees. It rarely produced a lot of honey, but it just kept producing bees. So I had a bunch of hives. I had so many hives at the time. So I started thinking, like, what am I doing wrong? I had about 4 top bar hives, the horizontal ones, with the little bar you pick up like this. I had about 4 of them, and I don't want no more bees. I want some honey. Everything is getting pollinated. Hey, Dana. So you get so nervous around bees, straight panic mode, getting better. It's the sound. Yeah. So yeah, after that, I said no more. I invested. Matter of fact, I didn't invest in my first Langstroth hive, the one that's just up and down like the ones you normally see. A friend, my mentor, gave me some raggedy boxes they were going to throw away or burn up, and I said I'll take them. So me and my wife went out there and picked them up, and we kind of patched them back together. And when I tell you, what a change! What a what a beautiful, beautiful change. It went from I'm producing 5 billion boxes of bees over and over again. And there was a day me and my wife was out there, one box just spit out about 3 queens. And we can see the queen because she's flying around low with a bunch of bees around her. My wife went and caught, I mean, in the midair, she catches some bees. Uh, I go catch a queen. We both together catch a queen. And then there's another queen still in the box. Man, uh, the horizontal hives, I don't know if I don't know if my measurements was off or what, but it was good in a bad way to me, or it was bad in a good way. I wanted the honey. As soon as I went to the Langstroth, that's the one that's up and down. Honey on top of honey on top of honey. The only problem is with the Langstroth is that's when you start, for some reason, you got a lot of pests. You got to deal with a lot of pests and bugs and mites, and I don't know why. It's just the shape of it is it changes things. It changes how they act, changes how they produce. Let me see. Sandra says, I'm thinking about a top bar hive because I'm getting older and the boxes are heavy. Don't do no top bar hive. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because the top bar hive, even though you're not picking up a whole box full of, brood, honey, bees, all of that, and it's heavy, even though, but each and every last one of those frames, when you do a top bar hive, man, here's the problem with inspecting a top bar hive. I wish I had one. Okay, perfect example. This all, this is all a top bar hive is. It's a hive like this. It got legs on it, so it's sitting up high like this. You got a top on it, just like this. Inside that top bar hive is frames that go across like this, right? There should be a follower, a wall, and then there should be an empty space for you to move and add more. Okay. Here's the problem. When you're trying to pick those frames out and inspect them, they put that wax on the side of this wall. You have no way to get that. You don't have no way to scrape that away from that. So every time you try to pick that bar off, nothing is holding that fresh wax onto that bar. So every time you tear that wax and you make a mess, it's honey, it's bees, it's larvae and stuff everywhere. And now you got to clean that up before you can even finish inspecting your hive. And you like, man, I don't even feel like inspecting the hive no more. It took me all day to clean this mess up. Now you got to scrape that big old chunk of honey out, scrape out that big chunk of wax, clean that area up, take that bar out, try to repair it the best you can and put it back in there. Now you got wasted wax. It's good for you because you got it, but that's also the wax that they need to help produce the stuff that they're producing. So you just, every time you tear that wax up, you just set them back about 30 days. So it's good for you that you got some wax that you can use for your products or other stuff. But you literally, that's like you trying to vacuum the floor or mop the floor, and just when you get done mopping the floor, somebody come through and with some muddy boots and just sling mud all over the kitchen floor. So just when you thought you was going to be able to sit down and watch the soap operas, Maury Povich, you got to do double duty now. You got to go back and start all over. Not just clean the floor, but you got to scoop this mud up, turn around, and get that together. Then you got to polish it all up, back up. So every time you break those frames, you set your bees back. Now, this is where it messes you up. Is because every time it sets your bees back, they're wasting time. They're wasting time cleaning up your mess when they could be spending that energy. They only live so long. They could be spending that energy out there foraging for nectar and pollen and stuff. Okay. All right. So that's a top bar hive, and I'm over that. It was cool. It was fun experience, but I'm so, now that I know what I know, I'll probably never do that again unless a lesson calls for it. That's it. If there's some sort of lesson, uh, say it sounds like that flow hive. No, that flow hive is trash. Everybody keep on talking about that flow hive, and I will always bash it. It's trash. And everybody to keep getting the honey out of it, you know what I end up seeing later down the line? They get rid of it. You may get a honey harvest off for 1 or 2 times. Then it's Once you really start keeping bees, you start to realize how freaking stupid this is. Right? They made a they made a gadget for something that don't need a gadget. Here's the other thing about a flow hive. I can see that pollen. Those flow hives, all they tell you, all you gotta do is walk up to your hive and pump out the honey. So how do you inspect your hive? Every single time that you harvest your honey, every time you go and mess with your bees, you need to be inspecting your hive. You need, let me tell you something else that they ain't telling you. They said that queen can't get up there and lay eggs in that honey up there. That's a lie. Because they say the queen is too big, so she can't fit through the bars to get up there to lay honey. If you're a real beekeeper and you've been keeping bees for a long time, which I stopped using years ago, those little dividers, that don't keep nothing. This is what the dividers do. It keep the bees that's full of honey from going up there to deposit the honey in there. And sometimes the queen is just small enough to get up there and not be able to come back down. So they start bringing her stuff and she start laying eggs up. People, they be lying, man. And the only people fall for that is gullible ones. Man, I be like, man, that's trash. But they won't tell you the real truth. Real beekeeper, you don't see no real beekeepers with that shit. Because you can only control bees to a certain point. If they feel like laying eggs in the top box, I don't restrict my bees. Let me tell you like that. I don't restrict my bees. I let the queen go and lay eggs wherever she want to. If she lay more eggs and give me more honeybees than honey, fine. She's giving, listen, I'm going to give it maybe 20 gallons of honey. I think I got about 5 gallon times 4. I'm going to say I got about 20 gallons of honey. And I've only been pulling one time a season, right? I don't keep going in there and pulling out they stores. I don't mess with them. I'll go in there and harvest one good time. I'll leave a lot in there. I'll leave about 5 gallons in there. And just, that's all I need. I'm not trying to rob them. I want them to live. So you gotta, you can't, that stuff that they got you doing is garbage. That's all I'm saying. It's fake. If you start keeping bees for real, you start to realize you let that queen do what she want to do. Now she can go rogue, and that's when you start thinking about culling her and being like, you need to be replaced. But for the most part, you sit there and let that queen do what she gonna do. I don't use queen excluders, dividers, none of that crap. I don't. I let her run that whole show, and it is some seasons that you don't get no honey because she's laying eggs in between or on the outsides of the honey, and you can't spin that out. You can't use that in no spinner. So I give her them frames to let her have it. Right? It says, so you put the 8 frames close together in a space and space them out. Yes, this is what I do. I squish them together in the center so it'd be a nice gap on each side, and then I try to just with my eyeball, okay, space them out equally. and scooting them farther out to the sides. And they just perform better. I don't know why. Cause if you think about it, the bee space is all off. But they seem to like it. And even if you don't keep bees, just buy one of these. I know you like, what the heck would I need this for? Just trust me. If you're interested and you've been watching me for this whole hour about bees, you're interested. And that tool right there save your life every time. Okay? So, all right. This is what I want to make an announcement. Look at these bees coming to this box. Look, see it? See this? I done set them up for success. I set them up for success. They're going to be pouring in soon. Okay. Here's my announcement. Is there anybody that's watching me right now in South Carolina, in Columbia, South Carolina? Anywhere close to Columbia? Anybody? I hate taking allergy medicine. Can you recommend where to purchase full body bee suit and veil? Amazon. Let's go to Amazon. Nobody lives in Columbia, South Carolina? What part are you in, Terry? Oh, southeast? By what street? Okay. Okay. You want to know something funny? Most of my calls be out that way too. Garner's Ferry Road. If you've ever seen any of my videos, you will start to notice some of those landmarks that I'm driving past. A lot of my stuff is out Garner's Ferry Road. I don't know what it is with the bee population out that direction. Uh, Out that way in northeast, Eau Claire, um, it's Lexington, West Lexington. It's a lot of calls that come from them places. I don't know why, but I love it. So here's my announcement, one way or the other, whether you're in South Carolina or not. On my next bee call, I will ask somebody to join me. If you're somewhere in the vicinity, I will give you my vicinity and I will tell you to meet me at a certain place. And I will, let's see, Sugaroni says you're in Myrtle Beach. That may be a little too pushing it. You talking about 2 hours away. So it'll take you about 2 hours to get somewhere to me. I don't really ever have too many, well, I don't have too many calls going too far in that direction. I don't take them anyway. So the reason I was asking is because when I go on a call, I'm about to start loading my suit and my gear back in my truck. Because when I call, I'm like a fireman. I leave immediately. I take a ladder, I take a drone, I take everything I need to inspect the situation. And if they're sitting up in a tree somewhere, let me see. The Sable Homestead says, if you're ever in Florence, please let me know. I'm in Florence a lot, believe it or not. So yeah. So next time I do it, I'm let everybody know I'm on my way on the bee rescue. If you want to join in and just observe and see how it is, you're going to be more than welcome. Okay. One of the disclaimers is you can't show the people's address, and try your best not to show the people's face, the customer, and try your best to um, just be discreet. That's all. Because remember, even though we're doing this, I do this for my portfolio, but I also got to respect people's privacy too. Okay. Well, that's the end of this video. I just wanted to throw a good beekeeping video out there for the beekeepers out there. And we're going to be talking about, we did a video yesterday, I think it was, about learning how to preserve our foods besides using electricity. Okay. How many people are interested in learning how to preserve their food by smoking their meats? Anybody? Anybody interested in learning how to smoke their meat? Okay. I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. I know don't nobody care about beekeeping. So I'm about to release a video where I am learning, listen to me, okay? I am learning how to smoke my meats. And now I'm learning how to smoke it till it's preserved. Okay? So I'm gonna release that video right now. Just so you can see it. It's long, but man, did I have a ball. You hear me? So y'all go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day. Live Farmer 73. I love you. Stay safe, stay sane, and I'm out. Peace.